Hi, and welcome to the Wildling Podcast. Today's is a little bit late. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's move on. I was trying to think about what I wanted to talk about today, and then it became kind of obvious because it's something that I'm working on right now and will be trying to work on probably for the next month or so. And in saying that, that is basically like it can take time. So it doesn't have to be a 1 day process. And basically, I know I did an episode first season on spring cleaning. I had a really fun green wig from a Beetlejuice cosplay. Yeah, that was fun. Anyway, and today my makeup is like, I'm noticing it's like a lot. It looks like a lot. It's not really a lot. It's just very colorful. Very colorful. And I just did a blush, so it hasn't had time to chill out now yet. Looks like too much. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to be distracted by that. So it is extremely important whenever you are going through a change in life or really just to refresh and change up the energy of your space. This isn't exactly the same as the spring cleaning kind of video. This is going to be more focused on the energy. Now, you may live in a space where you don't really like to move around your furniture. You have it exactly how you want it to be. Maybe the space doesn't necessarily feel like moving furniture around is going to work or look how you would want it to look or feel right or whatever. So that's fine. That's understandable. I've definitely been there as well. However, it is really important, even just energetically, to at least a couple times a year would be good, but especially when you're going through life changes, like you are getting a different job, you have kids move out, you are going through a breakup or a divorce or whatever, like big life changes, smaller life changes, or just because it's been a while. The energy needs to be able to move, it needs to be cleared. And part of that is by quite literally moving things around in your space. And it really does feel very, very different. Now, having said that, when it comes to any kind of witchy things. And yes, energy work is included in that. Intention is the number one tool. Intention, your intention is your superpower. Everything else is a bonus. So even if you want to do a spell, you are the key ingredient. You do not want to put yourself in financial constraints trying to buy a list of ingredients that you saw or that you think you might need. That is going against what you're trying to do because that is going to have in your mind, I can't actually afford this. It's gonna, even if it's subconscious, it's gonna not be in alignment with what you're trying to do. Hopefully that makes sense. And the same thing whenever you are trying to do an energetic kind of reset, energetic cleansing, whatever you want to call it. Now, you can also have uh, a witchy person. Sorry about the uhs and ums. I'm kind of all over the place right now. And my energy is probably reflecting that. But I have so much going on that I myself am feeling pretty dysregulated and ungrounded, and I'm just trying extra hard to fix it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still really going through it and really feeling it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing when you're going through a lot. You need to be able to work through it and to feel it and put in the work because if you're just ignoring it, that's not helpful at all. That's not good for your mental health. That's not good for your body. Just overall, it's not a good thing to just try to ignore what you are going through. So, yeah, it feels like a lot. And I know I said before in a different episode, or I'm sure I've said it before in another episode this season in particular, that it feels like a tower moment for me where everything is just kind of crumbling and renewing and changing and all the things, right? Ugh, yeah. So, in order to try to help me work through my own shit, I also need my space to be redone. And it's going to be redone anyway, but I'm going to be reorganizing. I'm going to be moving things around. I have home things in storage that I want to go through and maybe bring some more into this space that I'm in now and basically just really revamping everything. And for me, especially as an introvert, I need my home to feel cozy and feel peaceful and feel good. I need that. I'm also neurospicy, so I just have to have a comfortable living environment that feels really good. That is, for me, it needs to be clean and organized, and it needs to energetically feel good because I am energy sensitive. So it can be very, very draining and just add to a chaotic feeling if the energy itself just feels off. And even if you're not that sensitive to energy, once you change your space, you might be able to sense that kind of relief in the space after it's done. Which, if you go through and like deep clean, or even just you've had a long week, so you're kind of behind on your cleaning, so you just get it all done, and then afterwards you can just kind of sit and take a breath and realize that feels so much better. It's kind of the same thing. And if you need to take it a step further, then I highly recommend after you have reorganized, deep cleaned, changed up your space, maybe do, if you don't want to do a ritual, at least try to do some meditative work, something that is going to help on a whole other level to really clear out other energies in your space, especially if you have been going through difficulties or someone moves out, you need to clear out that negative energy, potentially even entities, okay? And I don't mean like, well, you can do it however feels right for you. If you're not sure, then you can look at different ways to do it, or you can ask someone to do it for you, because some people don't feel comfortable doing that or feel like they can, or really do any kind of energetic work on that level, and that's fine. But that's going to be up to you. That's a very personal decision. If a lot of people say to just open a window and sage, that's, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but in my experience and working with other people trying to help them, it isn't always enough. Let's put it that way. I don't really know how else to describe it. It isn't always enough. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Some people really also like Florida water. Some people go with holy water just to help clear shit out. including just energetically clear shit out. Again, use whatever modality feels right for you. And if you try something and then it feels like, I don't know, something just still feels really off with the space, then you can try something else. Again, you are your number one ingredient to whatever you're trying to do. You are, yeah, just the number one component and whatever you're trying to do and your intentions. Yeah. So if you want to look things up to try to help you figure out maybe an affirmation or something that helps with the intentions, then I highly recommend doing that as well. Or even better, if you can do it yourself. Really kind of sit with your own energy, your mind, all of it. Try to turn on some either meditative music, classical music, something that feels really good and calming, and just really try to tap in with yourself. And from there, write out your own kind of mantra, affirmation, whatever it is that you are needing to help cleanse your space. And there are so many people that might think that that's really out there and woo-woo. Well, try it. Try it. See if it makes you feel better because I think it does make a difference. I also think that it makes a difference whenever you are really clearing out your space. Even just deep cleaning and reorganizing feels so much better once it is done. And you can take it a step further by, you can either ask for assistance on this from someone who does such things, or you can try it yourself. There are probably a lot of videos on YouTube and things like that that is basically a guided thing that you can use. I might even make some at some point, but I highly recommend after clearing out your space to work on clearing out your own energy. And one of the things that I recommend is to do a cord cutting ritual, or you could call it a ceremony if that makes you feel better. But cord cutting is basically where you really sit with the intention of, and really try to visualize this too. If you can't really visualize, then it's however it works for you that really lands well with how you do things. But highly recommend to just really sit and try to imagine the energetic chords, and it really can look like actual chords. And I personally think pulling them out and away from you is better. But if you want it to just look like cutting off, that's fine too. But you're really wanting to focus on like pulling them out or cutting them away. And that is like the active, mental, energetic removal of other people's shit that's latched onto you. Because we, especially people that we're really close with, we can, even if it's not negative, we can still kind of hang on to other people's energy. We are energetic beings, so it's kind of makes sense to me, right? And so that's a way to try to just get it off of you. And then if you want afterwards, you can take some selenite and go over your whole body like you're brushing the energy away. And then it'll be really great to take a salt bath or shower or get in the ocean if you can. Something, because salt is very cleansing, and so that's amazing as well. Even better if you can turn on music that really helps with the connection or a guided sort of process, maybe even a guided meditation, a Reiki session, things like that. It helps so much. As a matter of fact, if you can also do a Reiki session or some sort of energetic thing, then, oh my God, there's cat fur all over this. He was rubbing his little face on it. Ew. I love you though. Anyway, then that is going to be even more beneficial. It's great. I really, I really think that it's helpful and it's a part of self-care. And it's something that I have gotten away from, and that's not good. It is not good. I have gotten so overwhelmed, overstimulated, way too busy, and then everything just falling apart and facing big life things and just not being where I want to be in life. And it all just piled up. So it's like now is definitely the time where I need to get it together and fix my space and work on myself as well. Part of that, again, is the energetics of it all. And yes, eventually, at some point, my background's going to be changing. I'm changing everything. And it's needed because, like I said, I'm at that point where I'm just like, I get really anxious with my space not being cleared out and rearranged. Usually, it's usually going into the colder seasons, I need to clear things out and change things up. I will even typically, part of it kind of starts with my clothes. I'm not going to need hot weather clothes anymore, so can put those away and bring out the colder weather clothing. And that's one of the times where I like to do a reset. And same for when I no longer need the cold stuff and I need the warmer weather stuff. It's a good time to do a reset. And if you are someone that has like ADD, ADHD, or just freaking busy or whatever, and that just having that be your timeline, that being your reminder that, okay, this is a good time to go through everything and deep clean, clear things out, get rid of clutter, get rid of things I don't need or want, and the garbage that has somehow been accumulated somewhere, or old makeup that needs to be thrown away, or whatever the case may be. It's a good time. And that will help you to keep track that it needs to be done again because you are going to have to switch out your clothes anyway. So that's a nice little reminder. Also, can be a good time to you know, if you still have the battery smoke alarms, to switch that shit out. Make sure those are up to date before they start screaming at you. I am so tired of the TikToks where people come on there talking or that damn beeping in the background. You fix your shit, okay? Turn that damn thing off before you start recording. Anyway, it's, yeah, it's just a good time. You can also do it with your vehicle and clear out your vehicle as well because we use them a lot, so they kind of need a reset as well. I need to do that too. Ugh, it's a lot. But it needs to be done. And it feels good after it's finished. And I don't mean like that's the only time to deep clean and reset your space. That should be done more often, but like the full reset of everything, the full deep clean where you're pulling everything out, kind of deep clean. Like you're moving basically. Like that is the level it needs to be where you just pull it all out, go through it all, clean around things. That is a good time to do it. Usually a normal kind of deep clean is more is still kind of surfacey. It's not pulling everything out and cleaning it and rearranging it and organizing it. Good time to donate some stuff as well. So maybe even trying on clothes, taking a day to try on clothes and see if you still like it, if you still like the way it fits, if it's not really your vibe anymore, and clear it out if you no longer want it, or at least store it away so it's not taking up more space. And that alone is really helpful. I also love organizing baskets. Organizational baskets. I love that stuff. So you can find them cheap, and I think it's really helpful. But essentially, I just I think it's really important to give yourself an energetic clearing, and that includes your space. And after you've done it to your space, cleanse yourself, clear out your own shit as well, and really listen to your body. Really listen to what you need. The physical act can be amazing if you want to turn on some really great music or even a podcast, whatever. And that kind of helps get into the vibe of just clearing away, then absolutely add that as part of it. But again, when it's done and you're focusing on yourself, which you don't have to do your entire space, this, your own energetic cleansing should be more often than that. It absolutely should be more often than that. Make it a part of your self-care. I know. I've gotten bad about that. So I'm calling myself out here too. But it should be a part of your self-care. It can be as often as you feel like it's needed. If that's once a week, then do it. If you work Monday through Friday, like so many normal jobs, then make it your Friday night reset where you're going through your own energetic clearing for yourself, clean up your space. That way, for the weekend, it's all fresh, it's clean, it's cleared, it feels good, and it's like this really amazing vibe that you're starting for your weekend. I'm not like that is so much better than just drinking or something that is just gonna numb it or whatever. Like, actually do the work, okay? Do the work. If you can't do it that often because you're exhausted and you just don't fucking feel like it, whatever, that's fine. You don't have to beat yourself up for it. Maybe at least try to turn on like subliminals or something while you shower. I don't know. Something to kind of still help yourself out a little bit, even if you're not doing like this full-on official thing. But again, it can be great to turn on like some Reiki healing, go to somebody that does Reiki healing, do Reiki healing on yourself, energetic clearing, even if it's not officially Reiki or Reiki inspired, some sort of energetic cleansing. And again, also notice what you need. Sit with yourself and figure out, what do you need? Do you need to journal? Do you need to go through all the emotions? For women especially, this can vary throughout the month just based off of our cycles alone. Even without adding life shit on top of it, just our hormonal fluctuations throughout the month because of our cycle, that alone can can really fluctuate on what you're going to need. So, if you are going through maybe like the luteal phase and you need to rage, then rage in a safe way. If that looks to you like turning on heavy metal music and screaming into a pillow and beating the shit out of your mattress, yes, do that. Lifting weights really heavy, I don't know, whatever it is that makes you go to freaking, MMA, beat the shit out of somebody consensually. BDSM, kink, I don't know, whatever feels good for you. Do that. Get that energy moving. Don't let it just be stagnant. And then, and then what, sit with yourself again. What do you need after them? Like in the aftermath for your aftercare? What do you need? Is it to do some yoga practice? Is it masturbate? Get some orgasms in there? Do it. Whatever it is, sit with it. If, like, whatever phase that you're going through and whatever kind of the need is, honor that. Maybe it's your ovulation phase and you need a lot of sex. You need a lot of orgasms. Honor it and hydrate. So, really listen to yourself and what you need. And that is a huge component for energy and allowing whatever you need to be honored. And that can fluctuate even in the same sort of practice. It can start off as an absolute rage session and then turn into something really, really gentle and just a nice bath. What is it that you need? If if you want to make that, if you are someone that is interested in like cycle syncing kind of stuff and working through listening to your body and what it needs and tracking your cycle, make that a part of it. Make that a part of it. And it would be a great thing to journal during that process of your cycle syncing. Where am I at in my cycle right now? And you can list out, give yourself the list of what you typically feel during each phase and what might be helpful for you. For some people that will help with tracking it and remembering to do it, but know that it's okay if if it ends up being something different because you could normally feel really weepy and emotional during one phase, so you need like gentle, loving, extra kindness to yourself, but you just went through something that made you absolutely furious, and that's the energy that you need to work through. Instead of something gentle and kind, you need something more aggressive, and maybe you don't even have the energy for that. Then write all that shit down at least and then burn it. Do something like that where you can still kind of try to get the energy out. So those are just some of the things that you can do. But again, I highly recommend doing it and really trying to honor where you're at with it. And as you go through it, if you are someone that is really great at having a schedule and sticking to the schedule, do it that way. If you are someone that needs to make the list, then make the lists. If you're someone that just doesn't like any of that and you'd rather just figure it out as you decide, that's fine too. It's not going to be the same for everybody. If you go to someone to try to help you with this, if it's, for example, someone that does energy work and they're trying to force you into something that doesn't feel right in that moment for you, then speak up and let them know that. Let them know that. It could be part of trying to work through it, or they just didn't pick up on that and need to adjust. Or even if you're doing it yourself and you realize, oh, I thought I wanted that right now, but it's just not feeling right, then pivot. That doesn't mean you have to stop, just pivot. And yeah, I think that's probably enough. That's probably enough. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully, this was helpful in some way and not too all over the place or boring or whatever. Like I said, I myself am feeling extremely dysregulated and ungrounded right now. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been even recording and why this is late. because I'm going through so much that I'm having a hard time honoring my own needs. Yeah. So, anyway, and since I'm recording now, I'll probably just go ahead and record the next episode as well. I ain't changing shit. I'm gonna look the same, and I might have the same kind of like, why is she so rambly? Sorry in advance, but that's where I'm at right now. And authenticity is way better than performative bullshit. So, take care of yourself, hydrate, go through the energetic work. Try to make it a practice that you can stick with. Be so clear about your intentions and know that your intentions are the key. Clear all that shit out. Clear it all out of your space and of your own body. Okay. Take care of yourself. Hopefully, I see you next time. If you want any like links, it's in the show notes. Also on my website, I am currently offering coaching one-on-one and couples that is tailored to individual need. So, yeah, it could be on energy stuff. We could go through energetic clearing. Could be like spiritual mentorship, could be sexual wellness, could be talk therapy. Not a licensed therapist. If you want to know my credentials, that's on my website under the About section. I'm tired. Anyway, you can check out my website for more if you'd like. VikingWitch.shop. Link in the description, show note, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Take care of yourself. Bye.